Thank you, Tom. My first guest tonight, you all know. One of the shows is seen around the country right now in syndications, the famous old... Excuse me, this is a radio, and I've got it on. This goes around your neck, incidentally. And you, for jogging, I suppose, yeah. And you actually feel the music throughout your entire body. Anyway, this show is Groucho Marx's You Bet Your Life, done by Mr. Buddy Hackett, who is probably one of the funniest people I've ever met. Would you welcome Mr. Buddy Hackett?
I really now appreciate more than ever what you've done.
Oh?
How many shows? 4,000?
4,604.
Something like that, yeah.
Now that I'm doing a little TV, look how you spilled all this crap
here,
all over you. See, no one, you are glib, but you're not neat.
I didn't say I was neat.
Never said you were neat, John.
Well, how many shows have you done so far?
So far, I did 80 or something like that. No, 67 in about 13 days or something. But and they're only half hour.
That's right.
And I find myself coming in and going out at the same time, and I talk, all the contestants look the same. I don't know who they are. Some of you look there, some are there, some are guy.
You lose your perspective after a while.
Don't have no idea what I'm saying to them half the time. I hear someone laugh, I wonder who talked. I don't know what the hell's going on over there. And they tell me that was terrific. Thanks a lot. I don't know who talked. I think the guy said that I put my tie on right. They get excited over that.
Yeah. But it's going good. I've seen a few of them.
You like them?
Yeah, you were very funny the night I caught you. You know, you amaze me, because I've known you for 20-some years. You, unless they set you up, you have a lot more knowledge about things than most people would think. Even Sherry says about you. She says you're your wife.
Yeah.
Says you're one of the smartest people she's ever met.
Was she on the show? I don't remember.
No. But she said that about you, right?
Yeah.
You seem to have a lot of knowledge about a lot of different subjects.
I know a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I know a lot about snakes.
No, he probably does.
Yeah.
What do you know about snakes?
Don't touch them, leave them alone.
Well,
they bite you, your nose will swell up and fall off in a barnyard.
What's the most venomous snake in the world?
K-R-A-I-T, the crate.
The crate?
Yeah, or the coral. Either one of those two are the most...
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Now, they have the most...
pit viper.
Pit viper is just another name for a rattlesnake.
I didn't know that.
Or a sidewinder. See, but the crate and the coral are two of the most poisonous. If one of them bites you, you can be dead within an hour.
Yeah.
You could also be dead within 10 minutes. Depends where he bites you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
It's like, if he bites you in a photograph, you don't even care.
That's right.
You write like this, Dear Harry, I was bitten in a photograph, I don't care.
I don't care. Why do you know so much about snakes?
Well, because when you're in the Boy Scouts, they teach you about... I was in the Boy Scouts, and I was a tenderfoot till I was 30.
Did you get him... Did you become an Eagle Scout at all?
Never became an Eagle Scout. I think I got as high as second-class Scout. As soon as I learned that you can go out hiking and have a swell time, because you meet a lot of girls hiking in the woods.
True.
So I left the troop most of the time, and I was just off. My mother kept calling the troop and saying, where is he? You know, that... They said, well, when did he go with them? I said, well, he went there in 1934. And she was looking for me after the war.
Yeah. What's your best subject besides snakes? Medicine? I know you know a lot about medicine.
I know about medicine. I know about nutrition. I know
All
about...
right, now explain something to me. What's the difference between organic, natural, and health foods?
Well, there is no difference.
Yes, there is. Between organic and natural foods?
Well, they say there's a difference. But the food always purifies itself as it grows.
Right.
I mean, you put nitrates into a food to grow it.
Right.
And that's the chemical you put into it to give it food nourishment.
Yeah.
And if you don't put that chemical in, it'll either grow and survive or die. Now, if you give it that chemical, when it grows, it absorbs that chemical and turns it into its own self, to its fruit. If there's some extra, you wash it off. It's the same as if you didn't use the chemical. I mean, they're just selling this stuff to people.
Yeah.
Buy this. When you eat an onion that was done with nitrates, rose,
right.
or not rose, the same people say, hey, go away, you ate an onion. They can't take the breath.
Never thought of that.
Now, there's a certain thing that we know about fish livers.
Yeah.
For years, they said, eat cod liver oil. It's very good for you. But now, since the waste in the ocean, the liver is the cleaning plant of the fish. So when all that gook going in there, You better off, you could take the liver of a cod now and fill your fountain pen.
Yeah, that's...
It's much better than if you drink it.
Okay, what about medicine? Tell me something about medicine I don't know.
Medicine is one of the best things to have if you don't feel good. Of course, the latest thing is interferon.
Well, that's the cancer. The body produces its own interferon, does it not?
The body's immune system, the body produces interferon.
Right.
Now, there were some doctors came upon this by finding people who had certain forms of cancer, not everything.
Right.
And then contracted, what's that disease Doc Holliday had?
Consumption.
No, a bullet he got. That was the last one. Yeah, when
That's
you have...
called consuming bullets.
Yes.
Yes.
When you have tuberculosis, some people had tuberculosis and recovered from the cancer.
Yeah.
Because the body producing interferon to fight the tuberculosis
Right.
cured the cancer.
Yeah.
But now, do you know all this, what I'm saying to you?
Sure.
Oh, then you could find out if I'm lying. I want you to know that right away, because I make up a lot of this
I know
stuff.
you do. That's the way when you try the economy and say organic and natural foods are the thing, they're not.
They are the
necessarily.
same.
No, they're not.
Well, what do you think? That
Natural you can put on anything. That's the most overused word in our society.
That's right.
Natural beer, natural this. It's meaningless. It means whatever you want it to mean.
That's right. It's all natural because it's on this earth.
That's right, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good for you.
I didn't say it was good for you. You know, the most important we have is soybeans.
Yeah?
A bushel of soybeans, what's that, 60 pounds?
I don't know.
Yeah, 60 pounds to a bushel, I think. Anybody know that? Tom?
Well, whatever. All right.
Anyway,
more protein and more...
that will produce 48 pounds of protein,
Right.
10 pounds of oil, and 2 pounds of nitrogenous waste to put back into the ground to grow the next year's crop of soybeans.
Right.
So why don't people want to eat them?
A lot of people don't like the way they taste.
That's right. They don't taste as good as meat. They say it's better for you.
They want the junk food.
Sure, I would rather have a hamburger than solid soy food or anything.
Yeah.
I'd rather have an onion, too.
Yeah.
When you blow up a balloon with onion breath,
Yeah.
and you do that to somebody...
Oh, come on. We're going to take a little commercial there.
All
We'll
right.
come right back. So you bet your life. We're talking with Buddy Hackett on many subjects. Now, what do you have there?
Well, my wife is putting on a psychic fair, and I have to mention it.
Is that what it sounds like? You mean a psychic?
She has all the wackos of the world there. Well, they're actually people who can foretell the future.
Or say they can.
Yes. Well, they really are. Like, they know they're working that night. There's people who read minds, hold seances. We had a party once. Were you at that party?
I think so, yeah.
And my wife turned the Friars Club into a huge thing. We had a band that was dressed like skeletons. Then with coffins. They came in coffins.
Yeah.
And then people were doing readings, palmistry, head bump reading.
Phrenology.
Phrenology, they did that too. They friendled everybody. Then they went in a room, and they sat around. You know how a Hollywood party, 7:30 cocktails, 9:30 dinner,
Right.
11 o'clock everyone's home?
Right.
7:30 the next morning, people yelling, I spoke to my mother. My mother was in the room with me. And they're getting crazy. Some people want to talk to their dog,
Now,
dog.
You don't really believe that on seances, do you?
I believe a lot in psychic phenomena. I believe there's a lot of things I can't answer.
Well, that's
I
true.
once lived in a house with a ghost. Anyway, let me tell you, this is $75 a person. That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
But you get dinner, drinks, 5 readings, and a seance, and it's at the Campbell Mansion.
Is that Glenn Campbell? I don't know that.
The Campbell Mansion.
All right, that's all
You
we can
can't
say.
mention that other person.
All right, I won't.
Because it's Mrs. Campbell has the mansion, and there's a number, 274. Can't I just say this?
Well, if anybody's a psychic, they should know what the number is.
You can't say the number where to call?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they say, you know...
It's November 1st. Can I say that?
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, let me put this else. No matter if the fair is there or not, there will be a November 1st, I predict.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody ever predict something? Did you ever want to contact somebody?
I tell
I'm
you
not
what
putting it
happened to
down.
me.
There's
This
a
is
lot
a
of
true
things
story.
there are a lot of
This
things
is-
that are not explainable.
When my mother-in-law died, when Sherry's mother died, before she died, she was very sick. And in about 5-6 months, her brother died in New York. So she was out here, they didn't want to tell her that her brother was dead because she had enough problems of her own.
Right.
So they told her that her brother was deaf, so she couldn't talk to him on the phone. But they would tell her what he was saying, he was writing on the paper. Now she went on and she died, and I went to make the arrangements at the funeral home. And driving back, just like you see a picture on a television screen, right across my windshield, I saw my mother-in-law in the way to describe Elysian Fields, you know,
right.
just running towards her brother, yelling, "Benny! Benny!" And she was, "Benny!" And he answered her in Yiddish, "Was schreist du? Du denkst, ich bin taub? What are you hollering? You think I'm deaf?" And I saw that just like, I'm telling you, like I see this monitor here. November 1st.
November the 1st.
Call my house, I'll tell you. It's true.
Well, I believe you.
I will tell you another thing.
You might have imagined it. You
I
might not
didn't
have really... You can imagine it here without
Why
Equifax.
didn't I never imagine nothing else all
right.
the years?
Very good.
I'll tell you one time we lived in a house with a ghost.
How do you know it was a ghost there?
How we know it was a ghost?
Yeah.
Hear what happened.
Okay.
We had a lady working for us, a cleaning lady. She was there 2 days. "Oh, I love this job. What a nice house. You're nice people." I come in, it's 4 in the afternoon. She's packed. I'm leaving. What's the matter? She went down the steps in the cellar, and there was a playroom there and a blackboard, a children's blackboard, and there was a woman all dressed in black kneeling and saying a rosary. And she said to her, "What are you doing here, madam?" And the woman turned and looked at her and dissolved and disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in that house.
The cleaning lady hadn't been nipping at the sherry or anything, had she?
No, it was a very nice lady.
Well, maybe she imagined she saw something.
Again, imagined. Everything is imagined.
Yeah.
How about every February, on the coldest day, I lived in that house 9 years, that house would, every drop of heat would shut off, the pilot lights would go out in the furnace. I'd go down from that top bedroom down into that basement and start messing with them pilots, and finally, after 2 hours, it would come on. Next day, we called the furnace guy. He said, "There's nothing absolutely wrong with it. You must be mistaken." He said, "You must have imagined it."
Well, I have no explanation. It could just be a coincidence.
It ain't no coincidence. There's a lot of strange things happen.
Yeah. What do you think happens to you after you...
After you die?
Yeah.
Well, what happens is, first thing you do, you come back and you get people who didn't like you announce the number of the phone.
Why don't you just imagine you told them, and it'll be all right. Send them a psychic message.
Okay.
We have to take a break. We're going to come right back with an interesting gentleman.